My birthday in 2016 was a bit bleak. The paper I was working for had announced a tranche of redundancies, and as a result, I had to cancel a skiing holiday with my identical twin and our friends, so I could stay at home and fight for my job. At 8 a.m., while Lydia was whizzing down pristine white slopes in Val d'Isere, I was sitting in front of my editor, an expanse of pristine white desk between us, trying to convince him to keep me on. It was the first birthday my twin and I had spent apart. Through 25 years of twinhood, even when studying at opposite ends of the country, we had always blown out our candles together. I can't remember whose idea it was for my sister's new boyfriend to take me out that evening, but I'm pretty sure it was his. They'd only been seeing each other for a couple of months, and I'd met him just once, briefly, at a local pub. But that night, my birthday night, we went to a restaurant in Soho in London, and he bought me dinner and drinks. We talked about my job interview, our experiences of living in London, his love of football, my feelings about the gender pay gap, and, of course, our shared interest, my sister. I got home at 1 a.m. I was tipsy, happy, and convinced Lydia should marry him. 5 years later, she did. We joke about it now. That their most successful date was one Lydia wasn't on has become family folklore. Who else, we giggle, could take his new girlfriend's sister for dinner while said new girlfriend was out of the country and emerge smelling of roses? But that birthday has stayed with me because, I think, it encapsulates what it's like being in a relationship with a twin. It wasn't just an act of kindness. It also displayed a profound awareness of what makes twins tick, each other. Sure, maybe he was playing the long game. Perhaps he just wanted to get me on side early. It worked. But actually, I think my brother-in-law knew in making sure I was oak that night. He also ensured his girlfriend, far away and missing her sister, was oak too. I recently recounted this story to twins Lisa and Alana McFarlane, aka the Mac twins, for their new podcast Shit. I married a twin in which the twins and one of their partners, Lisa's husband, doesn't take part as, according to the duo, he is grumpy, private, too busy, and an adult. Unpick what it's really like for the other halves. Inspired, I decided to ask my partner, brother-in-law, and sister for their thoughts, so that I could focus the microscope on our unique relationship. It's true, there is real delight in observing two people you love each other, in seeing them treat each other with kindness and respect. In watching, for example, the concern creep over my partner's face as I tell him about a difficult day Lydia has had. I don't think my partner has ever said a bad word about my sister. And says Lydia, my brother-in-law is just as generous towards me. I think a fight between you and me would be one of the worst things Lydia could imagine, he later tells me. None of this is to say they don't find us both at times intensely irritating, infuriating, or inappropriate. I'm sure they do. But it's as if the twin relationship, above all, is sacrosanct. It makes us a tight unit, tighter, perhaps, than when Lydia and I were just a twosome. Lydia says it best. We've always had each other's backs, and now we have reinforcements. It feels like the closest family I have. I love that.